Hello, Alexander Morton. I want to give you the backstory on an article that appeared in the Globe and Mail on April 14th. It was about a scientist, Dr. Christy Miller, who found a virus called PRV in a salmon farm off Tofino in Taloquiet territory. What she found was the virus PRV, which we now know is from Norway, was causing severe disease in Chinook salmon. It was filling the red blood cells with virus. The red blood cells were bursting, and this was causing organ failure in these fish. And what the article said is that DFO hid this research from the public for 10 years. It was not until a lawyer, Sean Jones, gathered an enormous amount of evidence and took it to the Federal Information Commissioner and got a decision that, yes, this research should be made public. It is against the law in Canada to transfer a fish that is carrying a disease agent into the ocean. DFO to this day refuses to admit that the virus PRV is a disease agent. Now, why would they do this? Well, all I know is that when I took Marine Harvest to court a few years ago to stop them from putting PRV-infected fish from a hatchery into a farm off of Port Hardy, they told the court that they would be severely impacted, those were their words, severely impacted, if they were prohibited from transferring PRV-infected fish from their hatchery out into their farms, because so many of their hatcheries were infected with this Norwegian virus. Now, the fact that DFO hid this from the public for 10 years and never screened the farm salmon for this virus and allowed the industry to move infected fish into the farms means that this virus has spread over the entire coast of British Columbia. It's in the Skeena, it's in the Fraser, it's in the west coast Vancouver Island, it's in farm salmon in the supermarkets. This article is incredibly important, and I believe that the Minister of Fisheries needs to designate PRV a disease agent immediately, begin screening all the farm salmon for this virus, and prohibit any further transfer of infected fish into the wild. But furthermore, I'm wondering, is there compensation owed to Canadians, to First Nations, for this terrible thing that was done? Now, the only way any First Nation is going to know whether they got PRV is to go and test those farm salmon. I'm betting the companies won't let you. But that's what needs to be done. Test the farm salmon and test the wild salmon outside of the farm. Because every virus has a genetic sequence, a fingerprint. We all know this. We've been hearing coronavirus spread from one place in the world to another. We know where it went. We know who got sick. We know who died from it. It's the same with the virus PRV. Scientists are tracking it. And so this article raises some very serious questions about the industry. The minister is saying the salmon farming industry is going to get out of the water by 2025, but they are not going to take this virus with them. So I hope everybody will think about this and figure out together what the next steps are to try to limit the damage and to stop any further damage. Thank you so much.